I would like to break the video into three parts. The first part has to do with the opening of the speech. The second part is during the speech, and the third part is the closing of the speech. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Ennis Olorunipa. I'm a communication expert, and in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 ways to make your audience listen to you. And not just listen to you, but to retain and use the information that you give them. Okay, let's go into it. Now, the first thing is I would like to break the video into 3 parts. The first part has to do with the opening of the speech. The second part is during the speech, and the third part is the closing of the speech. You see, the opening of the speech and the closing are so vital. And today's video would not focus on that, but I will give you just some basic points under these 3 parts. The first one is under the opening of the speech. The first point is use attention getters. Like the phrase attention getters. All right, so things that will get the attention of the audience right at the beginning. It could be quotation, you're quoting someone, giving a favorite quote or a popular quote. It could be you giving a testimony, all right? It could be an expert testimony. Probably you're giving a testimony on why this works with evidence because you're an expert in that field. It could be some statistics, some daunting statistics on that subject. Maybe a story or humor, something funny to start the speech. Even a song. If you have a nice voice, or even if you don't have a nice voice, it could be a way to crack them up at the beginning of the presentation. So there are several attention getters. Maybe I'll make another video too in the future to give you details on the opening of a speech, because that alone, it's a separate topic. So attention getters is the first point. The second one is establish your credibility. At the beginning of your speech, you should let the audience know why they should listen to you, why you deserve their 5 minutes, their 10 minutes. Are you an expert in that field? Let them know. Or do you have some experience in that area? State it right at the beginning of your speech why you are qualified to talk about this subject. This works for everybody. Even if you're a business person, right at the beginning, let them know why you are good enough to tell them what to do or how they should, or give them this information. What do you have in your bucket that we need to see, that we need to know? So pull it out. Let's know at the beginning of the speech or the presentation. The third one, and this third one is so important because most people put this third one usually at the end of the speech or somewhere in the middle. No, it has to come right at the beginning, which is make early remarks about how your speech or your presentation or the information you're giving relates to the audience. How does it meet their needs? You see, I don't want to invest 5 minutes or some 10 minutes or even 1 hour listening to something that would not add value to me. So I need to know right at the beginning if I should listen, I should wait, I should watch it. So it could be a video, it could be a live conversation, it could be even a discussion. Why should I invest my time, my money, my energy to listen to you? So make early remarks about how this topic relates to them, to the audience. How useful is it to them? So all these 3 make up the beginning, the opening of the speech. And the next 2 points, I said I'll give you 7 points. So first 3 now, you heard that already. The next 2 points are during the speech. That should be number 4 now. Engage the audience. Encourage the audience involvement in the presentation. You don't want to have an audience that is just there looking at you all throughout the conversation or the discussion. So you need to find ways, and this happens, you plan this in the course of your preparation. How would you engage them or involve them in the communication? Are you going to ask them questions that will require them to give responses? Now, that could be dicey sometimes, because if you don't know your audience and you don't ask the right questions, you might get silence, no response. So you've got to plan it in a way that you would get feedbacks from the audience even during the speech. Probably could you request that they stand to do something or to clap their hands? You see, another thing that I like about engaging the audience is you could tell them that at the end of the speech, I would ask 5 people randomly to tell me this. Or I will ask several of you to tell me 2 things you learned or 2 factors from the points I shared with you, something like that. That usually gets the audience to listen because they could just be the one you call up. So that's a good strategy in involving the audience. So encourage audience involvement. If it's a video, virtual meeting, comments, ask for feedback. I'm gonna give live comments. Encourage, so make up different ways in which they can be involved and participate in the meeting. So that was number 4. Number 5, still during the meeting, is tell the audience specifically what you want them to remember. So you tell them, I want you to remember these 3 important points. Or you would like to recall these 2 main factors. You see, so you might say so many things, but it's important that sometimes you point out exactly what you want them to take out from it. So be clear, you, before the presentation, have those things written out in a very clear and concise way for them to remember it. That was number 5. Number 6, so the last 2 are at the closing of the speech. Remember I told you that the opening and the closing of the speech are so important. Now, getting to the closing, the next thing you want to do is, that's number 6 now, is repeat the main ideas. So you've said so many things, recall, repeat the ideas, remind them, refresh their minds on the main ideas. Usually it's helpful when you put them in points, like bullet points. Number 1, number 2, number 3. You could, while repeating it, you could also get them involved. Hey, number 1, number 2, number 3, and they are giving you feedbacks. Even that way, you could know if they took effective notes, if they have questions, if something wasn't clear from their feedbacks. So that's number 6, which is repeat the main ideas. There's the final one, the 7th one, is invite the audience to take action right there. When planning your presentation, always think about ways you can get them to act immediately. Because when they take actions right there, it has been shown from research that when they take actions immediately after receiving an information, they tend to repeat the action. Okay, that's action taken under supervision tends to be repeated without supervision. So you can get them to take action immediately. Also, you can even make corrections while they take the action. You might see 1 or 2 things that need to be adjusted. So you have the opportunity for them to try it out. And chances are that if they did it there, they will tell others. They'll remember it. They'll remember it, and then they will also get the message across. So these are 7 vital things for you to do to make your audience listen to you, retain the information, and of course, act on it. Let me know if you learned something from this video. So like right now, I'm actually involving you also in my presentation. So let me know, let me get feedbacks, comments, if you learned something from the video, if you have questions, and if there are areas you would like me to touch on, specific areas under communication. So see you in the next video. Remember, share the video, like the channel, subscribe, leave a comment, get involved, join the conversation. God bless you.